It's the Queen of Spades, coming at your juggler. Mouth silver duct tape, 1, 2, checker. Quantum bombs will knock your chin and twist your neck and buck your head off. I'm from a whole other dimension, born killers. We assassinated dust, complete obliteration. The dead walk at dawn, and we nearly raised you. We pulled you into parts so we can dissect them. Transmuted all the bullshit and ripped you back together. However, niggas really try to fuck with me. They not knowing who I be. All they know is that I'm married. My rhymes is bloody to the 3rd degree. Like your neck on my guillotine, we murdering the beat. It's far too many of us dying.
Peace and bright blessings, guys. It's your Queen of Spades coming at you today. So first I wanted to say, if you enjoy this content that I bring to you, on a consistent basis, definitely go ahead and like and subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to this channel so that you can be updated for any new content that comes through whenever I produce a new video. Okay. Also, before I get started on the topic that I actually want to talk to you about today, I'm actually wearing one of my t-shirts from my Joharislair store. I don't know if you see it, but it says Magically Delicious. Okay. And I created the shirt because I want my divine feminines, or hey, if there's divine masculines that have lady friends or partners out there that you think would be interested in having such a t-shirt, or you think they magically delicious, well then they definitely need to sir, ma'am, bro, sis. I heard another YouTuber say that. I thought it was so funny. But yeah, so definitely go to my site and order them. I have them on sale. I have them in all sizes, and I have a couple of different variations of each t-shirt. So I have like several, maybe like 2 variations of the Ace of Spades, 2 variations of Magically Delicious, and 2 variations of Boss Up from Medina Life Coach. And so this is just one of the variations. I'm actually waiting on some more of my products to come to me, because as soon as I got them, I started selling out. So I like this variation of Magically Delicious, but the next one, I think you'll like it better. And remember, I can do all of my designs, whether it's on t-shirts, hats, mouse pads, couch pillows, coffee or tea mugs, insulated, drinking containers or jugs. But yeah, I wanted you guys to see this, and I see I actually have on a skirt today, but each t-shirt, I like how it conforms to my body. Makes me feel uberly feminine. So, and sexy. So yeah, I'll have it up on my store. If it's not up there already, I can't remember what all I put on there. But go and check it out and order you some things. You might like it. And if you need to get in touch with me as far as an order, you want to order something and you want a specific size, or you want something added to the t-shirt, or whatever the case. I do customize, so that should go in my email at Joharislair at yahoo.com. You email me the particulars, and when I place your before I actually send, so when I'm actually getting the shirt created, then I'll make sure to add in, the things that you want added in. So just let me know. Okay, so moving along, I think that was it. And this actually has a hat to it, but see, I'm wearing a skirt, so I was like, I don't need the hat today. But if I was wearing like some jogging pants, I probably would have thrown on the hat too. And I think that all of my shirts, if I can remember clearly, come with hats. I believe so. So yeah, place your order today, honey, and get your t-shirts or your hats or your mouse pads or your coffee or tea mugs or your couch pillows, or your tote bags, and I think that you'll be satisfied with the products. So what I really wanted to talk about today was my take on the Will Smith slap. A lot of people are talking about it, so I didn't feel the need to rush to give my little 2 cents on it. But since it is a topic, of discussion, and I do have my own opinion on it, I thought, I might as well give my opinion on it too. So there's so many different theories out there concerning, the situation with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and Chris Rock. So many different opinions and thoughts on it, so many different theories on it. I've heard so many different ones, because to be honest, when I first saw the clip of, Chris Rock basically, first he joked, at the start of the clip, first he joked with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and he was saying like, if you bring your spouse, to the award ceremony and y'all are both, actors or whatever the case may be, somebody gonna get their feelings hurt because both of y'all can't be nominated at the same time. So only one gonna go home with an award and the other one gonna be sitting there looking crazy. Everybody laughed at that. That was fine. Then he went on to say, Jada Pinkett, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. Love you, can't wait to see it. And she kind of gave him this look like, really? And everybody was like, come on, like, why are you, joking on her? And she's got the, the condition with alopecia. In which she actually did some videos that I've seen where she actually pointed out, like, even though her hair is cut low, she was able to still point out like some bald spots in her, like in the middle part of her head. And it was like a line that was starting to come across the middle of her head. And she was like, trying to stay positive about it. She was like, I think that I'm going to get a crown made and I'm going to put some rhinestones where, them bald spots and that line is, and beautify myself. She was like, I think I'm going to put some rubies or something. She named a gemstone. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. So when you go into the history of Chris Rock concerning Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, I also saw lots of different videos and documentaries where they pointed out, how Chris Rock had been joking, about different things where Jada and Will were concerned over the years. Some people were saying he's been, repetitively making jokes and wisecracks on them since 2016. But then I saw one video where it went all the way back to the 90s, where, Jada was in, the Million Women's March. And he had joked about it on live television on one of his comedy tours. He was joking about it. Her being, an activist, and he didn't show like a clip of the parts of, her, talking from the rostrum that were, intelligent and instrumental, in the growth and development of other women. He showed a part of the clip where she was talking where it was like she was like, trying to like get everybody, from out of sleep mode. And she's like, everybody say, oh. She's like, oh. And they're like, oh. He showed that part. And then he continued to make wisecracks and jokes, about that. And I was like, if it was me and I was a commentator and I wanted to do a joke, I would also make it a teaching moment too. And I would show like the important parts of what she said too, so that people still got the message that she was trying to get to. And then they could have a laugh with me too, because I'm making a joke about it. But it's like he always made light of, her standing up and speaking out on different issues and topics, where activism is concerned. And I was just like, wow, okay. So then as I saw more and more clips of, at some point he had invited her onto his night show. And I don't know if that still is going on or not. But he had invited her on, and he was just like, we did a skit, about you at the Millions Woman March. And she was like, yeah, I heard about that. And he was like, yeah, you heard about that? Yeah, we were just, poking some fun at you. And, so he was like, so, I can understand the Million Man March because, we need something to, as men, to tell us, you need to cool off, you need to calm down, but he's like, as women, why do you need a march? And she's like, well, we got our stuff with us too, we got some stuff, peace babe, we got some stuff to, handle as well, as women, in the community. And he's like, so was there shopping sales going on? I know why they had a hard time putting the Million Woman March together. It was because they had to make sure, no two women wore the same thing. Like, he made light of the whole thing. And then, she was talking about it. She was, going in details as to, what was talked about and how it was, actually a great turnout, and women were hugging each other and loving on each other, and the vibe was real high, and so he went on to say, like, he's like, well, what did he say? She's talking about the Millions Woman March, and then he turns around and says, oh, okay, it's time, okay. He's like, so I want to present you with this bottle of wine because this is the first time you went this whole show without, saying anything about your husband. And so this is your award for that. And he was like, you did it, congratulations. And he's like, giving her kisses, giving her hugs. And she was laughing at it, but it was like, it was a little creepy. Like, why are you giving this woman an award for not talking about her husband? Like, that's her husband. Like, she gonna talk about him. Like, that's just crazy. So, that was a little creepy. And then I started thinking to myself, like, I wonder if he has like somewhat of a crush on her or something. So then I saw videos where people were talking about, like, he used to be married at some point, but then, he cheated on his wife and they ended up divorcing or whatever the case may be. They had children between the two of them. I believe it was 2 biological and 1 was adopted. They have 3 daughters total, I believe. But in one video I saw the wife was like, he had never really been there for the adoptive daughter. He had never really taken care of her. He didn't even really want her. So the wife didn't put his name on the adopted daughter's birth certificate. So I thought that was very interesting too. So yeah, and when I looked at the ex-wife, I was like, wow, okay. So everybody know like how Jada looked, before she started getting, the different treatments, or the different cosmetic surgeries for her face. She looks beautiful before and after. But everybody knows how she used to look, when she was younger. His ex-wife looks exactly like she looks very similar. Her features, her skin tone, even like her build, she looks very, very similar to Jada. Come here, baby. It's my kid. So, and then I saw videos where it was talking about he had a new girlfriend. So I looked at the new girlfriend and she looked similar to the ex-wife and to Jada as well. So I said, maybe he had some sort of a crush on her, and that's why he's like chosen her to make, the target or the brunt of his jokes. That's no excuse, either way, but it makes it more understandable. So, it was just crazy because, it just seems like he did have probably a like for her, a crush on her. He was probably wanting to have a chance with her, and maybe she chose Will. I don't know. But as time went on, he continued to kind of target them with his jokes. People are saying, he made jokes of other people too. He probably did. He's a comedian. But it's still not cool that they were always the brunt of his jokes. Like, there's millions of people that come to these award shows. You can joke about any one of them, if you're going to tell jokes about people. But it's like he purposefully targeted Will and Jada. And up until the thing, the clip where I saw he was like, you didn't mention your husband the whole time for the first time, while doing an interview. I'm like, every woman that's in a relationship will mention her man at least once at some point. So, several times. It could become like, damn, do you have anybody else to talk about? Do you have anyone else in your life that's of importance? Because you just keep bringing up this man. It could become like that, but that's natural. So it's like you really shouldn't have anything to say about it because you're not with this woman, and probably not with anyone at this moment in time. But my thing is, why do you care? She's married and she wants to bring up her husband from time to time. Why not? Now, of course, when all of this went down and he said what he said about, Jada being in, G.I. Jane Part 2 or making G.I. Jane Part 2, everybody's like, it was just a joke, Will Smith laughed, but it honestly looked like he wasn't like just like ha 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 ha, like just like everybody else. It was like like that, like kind of like it's kind of like he was like not wanting to look out of place by not laughing, but you could tell he had something on his mind. At least I could tell he had something on his mind. And I thought he was gonna go up to the mic and say something, to him. But when he slapped him, I was like my mouth dropped. Like, the hell just happened on live TV? So some people think like it was staged. Some people think it was planned. Some people think it was an initiation of some sort in the Illuminati and stuff like that. And I mean, I can't say whether it was or wasn't. It could be not. But what I did feel was that he sincerely felt like it felt like it was like a breaking point for him. Like, enough is enough. Tired of all the jokes, and being the butt of all the jokes. Me, my wife, my family, my children. I'm tired of it. So I'm taking a stand today, right now, and it starts with you, Chris Rock. So I was like, wow. Honestly, and I know people are going to disagree, and that's fine. But my opinion is, I feel like I didn't feel like Will Smith was wrong. And I didn't feel like he was wrong because I felt like that family has been under attack for a long time. They're a very unique family. They, in so many words, admit that they have an open marriage, that they have more of a polyamorous marriage, but they never fully come out and say that. And but I can relate to that lifestyle and that type of relationship and that type of family life. So I don't think it's anything wrong with it, but some people may think something is wrong with it. And everybody has their own opinion. I feel like, a lot of people started making wisecracks on Will. Like, some people was like, oh, he slapped Chris Rock like a OG, like a pimp. Some people was like, oh, he a punk, you gonna slap him, but you ain't gonna slap this other man your wife was cheating on you with. Like, I keep hearing that theme. And first of all, I don't feel that she cheated on him, and I don't feel like he's cheated on her, because for a long time now, they've had a very open marriage. So they are very open about their partners and who they desire to be with each other, outside of each other. And so therefore, she couldn't have cheated on him, because this is what they do. And she doesn't just do it, he does it too. So, people are like, you gonna slap Chris Rock, but you ain't slap, this man who she was cheating with or whatever, this younger guy, August Alsina, which I happen to love his music. Not too much of a fan of him per se, but I like his music. Just like, I'll laugh at Chris Rock's jokes from time to time, but he wouldn't be like my number one comedian, I have number ones, and I'm starting to, it's like, I may like their talent, but I may not necessarily like the person. And I can divide the two, because the talent is one thing and the person with their own personality is something totally different. But, lots of people have things to say. I just feel like, the views painted of the Smith family is kind of like a little lopsided, and people will say, oh, well, they put their own stuff out there, it's just weird, like they sit down at the table and on camera, like live, put their dirty laundry out there. Well, what if you view it as dirty laundry but they don't? Like, that makes all the difference in the world. Perspective is everything. You know, and you know how you know, perception is everything. How you perceive a thing, you know, it could be very different from the next person. Doesn't make either perception right or wrong, just means it's different from the next person. So, you know, I feel for Will, because I don't think that it was staged at all. I think that he overreacted in that instant, which I can totally understand that, because he's a person who kind of keeps a lot of things in, and, you know, instead of kind of like dealing with them outwardly and releasing them in a healthy way, he's probably trying to learn how to. I find that like a lot of men don't know how to healthily release things sometimes, and so they have to be shown, or they have to learn how to do it. And I feel like he was just at wit's end when he, you know, made that joke about his wife's hair, her baldness. It kind of was like the last straw, even though some people are like, oh, you know, somebody talking, it doesn't equate to them getting hit. You know, he didn't say anything that was so harsh that he should have been slapped for it. Well, you know, once again, that's someone's opinion. I can't say, you know, because a commentator, and it was a Caucasian guy, and I don't remember the guy's name, but they asked him, like, what was his take on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, and he's like, I feel like he did what he felt he needed to at that moment. And I feel the same way. I feel like he is probably plagued with, you know, certain triggers and even traumas from, you know, his family being come after, you know, for some time now. And I think that he was just at a breaking point, was just like, enough's enough. I don't think that that slap was just to Chris Rock, although he's the one that felt it. He's the one that received it. I felt like it was like generally to anybody in the world. Like, anybody can get it at this point. I'm done being Mr. Nice. People were commenting, you know, on his acceptance speech, because he won, you know, best lead role actor. Especially for the King Richard movie, which was a good movie. I saw it. And people were like, you know, he slapped Chris Rock, and then in his speech, you know, he started talking about God and the devil, and it was weird. None of it was weird to me. He was talking about how, you know, he felt compelled to stand up and protect his own as a man of the household, and whether that seems wrong or crazy to other people, or, you know, whether people say, oh, I don't need that type of defense, whatever the case may be, that's fine, that's you. At the end of the day, though, that's what he felt he needed to do where his wife was concerned. Now, they both agree now, after that has happened, that, okay, yeah, he overreacted, and they both wish that didn't happen. But that was a natural reaction based off of whatever he was harboring within himself. And it seemed like it was a trigger, and it seemed like he just snapped, crackled, and popped. And, you know, that's why you can't hold things in. You shouldn't hold things in, but sometimes we can't help it. But you got to get better at being able to release things, because what'll happen is those things, those issues will end up controlling you and making you act out of character. And, you know, then nobody understands what happened in the end. You just look like the monster because you reacted. But nobody looks at the person that throws the rock and hides their hand, unfortunately. So, you know, I've been on the receiving end of, you know, bullshit being slung at me from, anywhere from family members to people who pretend to be my friend to, exes to, like even like my children's, biological father and his wife. Like I've had onslaughts, and when you're in the midst of that, you try to handle it, as calmly and as civilly as possible. And you try to handle it in private, let people know, like, I'm not the one to be fucked with. I'm gonna need you to tone that all the way down. And then they pretty much do what they want to do and keep coming at you. Like, I've been in positions where I'm on the verge of spazzing the fuck out. And sometimes I end up doing just that, in the past. Now I'm in better control of my emotions and how I feel about things. But I would spaz out because it was this constant attack, this constant, onslaught coming at me. And you try to be civil, you try to be, intelligible, with how the way that you handle it. But then this person continues to be an asshole. They continue to be ignorant towards you. They continue to be ignorant towards your loved ones, your family. And it doesn't feel like it's just words, or it doesn't feel like it's just, them just being a wise ass or funny. They are coming for you, and they're coming for you in a very strong, deliberate way. At some point, you're going to flip out if, you have no way to know how to handle it or release it. And so I can't really say in clear conscience that Will Smith was just totally wrong for how he reacted. I feel like it came out that way for a reason, but I can also understand that people can be triggered. People can harbor traumas, and, that they may or may not know how to totally, deal with. And so when something happens that reminds them of that trigger, that reminds them of that trauma, and it acts like a trigger and propelling them forward to, do something sporadic or something they've never done before. Everybody's looking at the person like, you're crazy, you're a monster. And I encourage people to look at all sides of the story, because sometimes people don't just flip out for no reason. That's all I'm saying. And I don't feel like he flipped out for no reason. I feel like it was a trigger for him, and he felt justified in doing what he did. He regrets it now because, all the stuff with his movie deals, being canceled and pulled off the shelf and stuff like that is happening. But I just feel like people need to look at things from a more non-judgmental lens, because everybody's ready to harp on Will Smith and treat him like he's this evil person. And I feel like he's a good person with a good heart. I actually do. And I feel like him and his wife Jada are actually in a great place. I feel like people think that they're weird because it's been normalized to cheat and lie and cover up things, cover up your truths. A lot of people are uncomfortable with being authentic and actually being their most truest selves. I've experienced that too with, people who are supposed to be my friends. They're triggered or upset with me because I can be my most authentic self like nothing, and they can't. And it's not that they can't, it's that they choose not to, because it would make too much of a shift for them, and then they can't play like, they're for something else when they really down for any and everything. And, so it's like, for me, I could be my most authentic self, but everything is, with some sort of purpose, and everything is with some sort of, order to it, because I'm not a god of chaos. So I don't like confusion. and craziness. So I'm very purposeful in directing the choices and the decisions that I make in my life. And believe it or not, a lot of people have a problem with that because they feel like for whatever reason they can't do the same in their life. And so they would, cheating has become normalized. They would rather lie to their partners and cheat and do things behind the scene, and then come back home to their partners like everything's all well. And I don't have to do all that. I don't even have to wonder and imagine what that's like. But I know it's a hell, and it's an unnecessary hell to go through when you can just be completely honest about who you are and what you want in life. But everybody doesn't see things that way. So I hold no judgment. I'm just going to be who I am. I'm just going to live my life the way that I want to. And, so that's my viewpoint on the Will Smith situation. A lot of people are coming after Jada like she's evil. She's the one, she's a narcissist. She's the one who made him react like this. I don't think anybody made Will react the way that he did. I think that he consciously decided to go up and do that because he felt like that was the right move to make. But, everybody's got an opinion, so that's mine. And I would love to hear you guys' opinions on the matter. Definitely leave some comments down below. Like and subscribe if you like my content, and subscribe if and hit the notification bell if you want to be made aware of new content whenever it comes out. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed my viewpoints on this topic matter for today. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon in the next video. Peace and bright blessings, guys.